Hey, water signs. What's going on nowadays with you guys? Ooh, we see where the planets are according to 13 signs astrology. Ooh. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to be done. When we think about what's going on right now, right, water signs? We got the biggest thing that I believe is going to affect you guys at this time is going to be this upcoming Mercury in retrograde. Water signs, I think you guys have to be very careful this upcoming Mercury in retrograde, okay? Listen, water signs. Ooh. Mercury in retrograde is a time, put this here. Mercury in retrograde is a time of great revision, mental revision. So water signs, what I'm seeing here for you guys is do not mess up what you have built for yourself this Mercury in retrograde. Do not mess up what you've built for yourself this past Mercury in retrograde, water signs. It's been a clear shot. Understanding that things will always be rocky. The waters are always going to move, okay, baby? That don't mean that there's something wrong. The waters are always going to move, water signs. Things is always going to feel a little lopsy-dopsy, like tipsy-turvy. That's always going to be a thing. But you've put in a lot of time and energy in cultivating your space for yourself. Yeah, I'm seeing like a lot of beautiful, like wands energy, a lot of fire energy coming out right now. A lot of fire energy because the warmth, I feel like, for self, water signs has been there, right? Like the warmth for self has been there, and no, it has not been easy, but it's getting tempered. It's becoming what it needs to become. So when we have this incoming Mercury in retrograde, it's gonna rock the boat even further, okay? It's gonna rock the boat. It's gonna rock the boat even further. It's gonna rock the boat even further. You're gonna feel as though you're gonna wonder, where was all the growth? Like, where'd it go? This Mercury retrograde is gonna have you wondering, like, where'd the growth go? Like, water signs, just follow that flame of intuition, because you guys know intuition. You know a feeling. If there's one thing about a water sign, you know a feeling. It's just times water signs know too many feelings. I highly advise to take a step back from the outer world this upcoming Mercury in retrograde. I believe it's going to start the 22nd of December, right after the winter solstice. Water signs, it's okay if you have to step back from the world. It's okay if you have to take the L on this one. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay if you gotta just, cut the world off for a little bit. I'm getting like a Brent Faiyaz song, like, fuck the world, I'ma walk in erection. Water signs, that may be you. That may be you. This Mercury in retrograde, listen, you see, that's why. Literally. Water signs, let me tell you something. Okay. You guys have done your best in cultivating the space that you need at this time. And it hasn't been hard. And if there's one thing a water sign needs to know, it's boundaries. It is boundaries. This Mercury in retrograde that is coming up in about a week is going to test your boundaries ridiculously. And water signs, you may get the urge to extend the hand. You may get the urge to be around. You may get the urge to do all that you were doing before. I've worked hard enough. Oh, this is what boundaries feel like. Bet. I know what boundaries feel like. Therefore, I can always uphold my boundaries because I know that feeling. Water signs, you need practice. Just because you understanding the feeling of boundaries does not mean that you could just go out there loosey-goosey. Now you have to practice them. Consistently be in that energy of boundaries. Not just know it for a second, but to be in it. Because this upcoming Mercury in retrograde, this upcoming Mercury in retrograde, it's really... listen, it's going to be needed for you to continue your trip down your waters. You see this guy here carrying a mother and her child down the stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, water signs, it's important for you to continue your trip, continue your route, continue your journey to your happy home. Continue your journey into doing what you needed to be doing, because the energies are going to get a little cuckoo crazy, right? Okay, so there's going to be a lot of energies when it comes to past situations that you haven't been able to receive clarity on, but you've been able to forgive. And that's the thing. Sometimes when we forgive, we understand like everything is forgiven, but if that mental space isn't cleared yet, it can play over and over again. One thing about water signs is the sign of the past. It's this water, the past reliving itself, coming up, and that's gonna continue. So the reason why I'm saying water signs, this Mercury in retrograde, it's important for you to stay in your tuck. It's important for you to remember your safety blanket, to remember your home and your foundation. I'm only saying that because the outside world is going to get testy. And you have no space at this time to figure it out. Whatever has been working as of the past 2 weeks, water signs, week and a half, continue it. Continue it. There's no need to tread new waters. Water sign, there's no need to tread new waters. There's no need to tread old waters. Mercury in retrograde is a time where a lot of people from the past come up again. A lot of past situations, and water signs, you're over that. What's going to be tricky is because since you've yet to heal the mental sphere, and it is Mercury, the planet of mentalism, communication, since you've yet to heal the mental sphere of certain situations or relationships, Mercury in retrograde is going to tempt you. Let me see what's over there. It's going to tempt you to put your energy and your emotions into places that you don't need to do at this time. Mercury in retrograde is 3 weeks long. We are already in a shadow period. Mercury in retrograde is 3 weeks long. 3 to 4 weeks long. Water signs, stay tight. I feel like a lot of you guys have left situations, have just put a pause on things and put an indefinite pause on things. Like, okay, you know what? I'm cool with you. We're still cool and stuff like that. But pause. Like, hold on. I need to go back into like my cave. I need to go back into my waters, my stuff. Like, that's where I need to be at this time. And I feel like water signs, that's where you need to be. You need to hold on to your things tightly, okay? Hold on to your things tightly, okay? Hold on to what you know tightly. Be in safety. Be under the Most High. Be with the people you love. Water signs, if it don't feel like love, if it feel anything less than love, let it just swim down the river. This Mercury retrograde, let it go gently down the stream. You'll pick it up when the land touch the water again. You'll be able to pick it up. But at this time, water signs, like if you don't feel like love, don't pick it up. Leave it be. Leave it be. If it don't feel like that, you can't. You're unable to. You are unable to pick up this situation at this time. You're unable to deal with it. So water signs, what I'm just telling you at this time is to be the hermit. Is to be the hermit, right? And you know what? If this card came out reversed, so we'll just put it here reverse. It's to be the hermit. It's to be the hermit, but to continue on the groove. It's not to be the hermit in a sense of being scared and moving away, because this card did come up after the Lovers. It's to be the hermit. You only have time for love. Water signs, you only have time for love right now. Water signs, you don't have, and I'm telling you, you don't have time for anything else. You don't have time for any past situations. You don't have time for the nonsense, water signs. I feel like you guys have been building up your boundaries to the point where it's a confident feeling. You know, I see my water signs have been like working hard at it, at the simplest things. That's really been allowing them to be what they need to be, who they need to be at this time. So, you know, water signs, all in all, it's a time of celebration. It's a time of celebration that things have been going a lot better. But I had to tighten up the hook in the beginning of this reading, the whole reading, because it's important to know that this upcoming Mercury in retrograde, you're not playing. Sit this one out. You sit this one out, okay? Sit this one out. Stay tightly knit in what you got to stay tightly knit in, water signs. Rest. You get what I'm saying? We not doing nothing more than resting. Water signs, the wisdom is calling you. Water signs, the wisdom is calling you. You don't have time for it. Keep your boundaries up, water signs. This Mercury in retrograde is the hibernation period for you. Take it easy. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reading.